Hello everyone and welcome back to Can Performance. In this video we have got some really exciting news for you guys. This is something I have been waiting for a while and it's finally here. I'm sure most of you have already guessed it, but we have got a new car. In fact, a new project car that we will be turning into a masterpiece while you guys come along the journey with us through every step of the way. So without further ado, let me introduce you to our A45 AMG. So this is my new A45 AMG, and most of you would be wondering as to why I chose this car over the Golf R, the Audi S3, the Audi RS3 and the BMW M140i. And in order to answer this question, let's go for a drive. Right, so before we dive into the question, make sure you guys have subscribed to Can Performance and hit the bell icon so you guys don't miss any future content. Now, coming on to the question, there are a few reasons as to why I chose this car over its rivals. In my case, that was the Golf R, the Audi S3, the Audi RS3, the BMW 140i and this A45 AMG. So let's begin. So starting off with the first reason, this is one of the fastest hot hatch in its class in a stock format. So that was the reason that I included this in the list. They're all really nice cars, amazing cars. But let's start off with the Golf. The Golf was way too basic for myself. I didn't feel like I was getting enough for what I was paying for. You know, a lot of you would be like, oh, Golf are amazing and they're really nice cars. They are nice cars, you know, beautiful cars. That was the least powerful car on the list. And there's not much of a difference between a normal Golf and a Golf R in terms of the looks and aggressiveness and just the class of it. Everything is, apart from obviously the engine, the sound, the exhaust and the few little tweaks here and there. One thing that actually put me off the Golf R is their standard cloth interior and the seats, the normal basic. They're really nice seats, comfortable seats, but they didn't just cut it for me. Moving on to the S3. The S3 is really, again, amazing car, but it has the exact same platform, engine and drivetrain as the Golf R. Similar power band, and that didn't really cut it for me. And one thing I couldn't really get used to is how simple the interior of the car is. It's way too basic for me. I like it when there's a bit more buttons and more stuff going on. Audi A3, the 8V, the S3 8V, RS3 8V, they're all just way too basic on the interior. So for that reason, and because we had already had the RS3 on the list, we cut the S3 off the list. So it all came down to the BMW M140i, the Audi RS3 and this car. And why I chose this over them two cars, which are absolutely amazing cars, the M140i 6-cylinder, really nice, very powerful car and really fun to drive auto. But the only and the sole reason I did not go for the M140i is because I've already got another M car and I didn't just want to stack up BMWs. I wanted to try something different, something small, something different, something agile. And that only left me with two options: the Audi RS3, incredible car, and this A45 AMG. And there's not much that I could compare between these two cars. Obviously, if you're looking into the drivetrain of the Audi RS3, the Quattro system is second to none. It's one of the best in the world, and nothing can be compared to that car. The 4MATIC is really good. After driving this car for some time, the way this puts the power down is way better than the xDrives, BMW xDrives. But the Quattro is always that a little step ahead. And also, this may be on paper slightly faster than the RS3, but the RS3 is a tad bit quicker than this car. So most of you will by now will be wondering as to why on earth did I not go for the Audi RS3 then? Well, that's a very good question. But the only reason and the sole reason I went for the A45 is, and that's the only reason, is because I have never owned a Mercedes before. Never. This is my first ever Mercedes. I have driven Mercedes, but I've never owned one. And I thought to myself, this would be a really good platform to start and join the AMG family. And this is the only reason I chose this over the RS3. The RS3 is incredible, but I had to try this car. I heard some really good stories about this, some good, some bad, and that goes for every car basically. Yeah. And another reason, a few other reasons that kind of gave me a slight edge over the RS3 is, first would be the seats. These Recaro seats are incredible. I would say they literally hug your body around. They hug you around corners, together with the sport suspension, which can be really hard for some people, especially when you take your first drive. It's a really hard suspension, but after a couple of days of driving, you will get used to the system and the suspension and the way this car drives. Another reason would be the styling of the car. This just looks so much more attractive and much more aggressive than the Golf R and the S3s. And the looks is one of the things, you know, the car has to look nice. The car has to look good. Another thing would be the sound. The sound that this car makes is so good. And most of you would agree on this one with me. Mercedes always sound really good. It's just, and you know, you can make a Audi, you can make a Golf, you can make any other car, you can make a BMW sound really nice. But what we are talking about right here is factory setup. And from factory, these cars, they sound really good as it is from factory. Of course, this car currently is in its stock format. There's nothing has been done to this car whatsoever. And we have got a lot of things planned for this. The next video will be where we start the work on this car. So make sure you guys have subscribed to Can Performance and has clicked on the bell icon so you guys don't miss when that video comes out. That's it for this video, but we have put a little clip together for you guys. So please enjoy this little montage and we will see you on the next one.
And how I'm not quite there somehow. My intuition says to give you up.